kill you. Okay, it's been a minute, you know? It's been a minute, honestly. I want to say like mm, weeks. Just a couple of weeks. Okay, let's start up here. Let's start on daily. I've already drawn this somehow, so that's nice. First target is this region, so we've already reached that first target. Um, this bull surprise bar is just nuts, right? It's just like an otherworldly bar. You don't expect it like that. You might expect that we're gonna do some pumpage, but like I would have expected this like if let me just draw this. If we had done this, right? There's that, then there's this bar, then there's this bar, then there's this bar, right? And then this bar, inside bar, and then this bar, and then this bar, right? So if you're not following along, this is the bar I just drew. We just drawn this whole thing, right? Then if we got the next bar like this, then I could expect something like this. But I really wouldn't expect it on this bar here. Even this, like, I wouldn't expect it to like pump all the way up to here. Like I might have just expected to like pump here or something like that, and then like over the course of a couple days we do it like that or something like that. But nevertheless, we're here, and yeah, I mean this is kind of a sell region. Like this is a resistance area. It's been a resistance area, right? Ever since we kind of flipped it in this kind of thing. But this is just so strong that are you like, I don't know, like, are you allowed to fade it? Like, it's one thing you want to fade it on the next candle, and then maybe we have a nice little fade, red fade bar. But the next candle was a great. I mean, it wasn't like massive follow through straight to 50K, but it was a great follow through in the sense that um, we basically didn't break down lower than the open. We basically opened at the low and then pushed up. And we did break the high of this prior bar, and the subsequent bar has even broken the high of this bar. So these are all good signs. These are all good signs. We're printing higher highs. We'll see if we print the higher low. I suspect we should print this higher low because there's a long way to go down, and there's only 3 hours left. Let's see what it looks like here. I mean, yeah, it's possible for sure. We'd have to like dump on one of these two bars, which is definitely possible because we have a lot of momentum, downward momentum right here. So this is basically what I do want to talk about. Oh my God, I hate it when my computer does like this. It's super laggy. Hang on. All right, let's see if that's any better. No, I don't think it is. It seems the problem is that the actual active recording takes up too much bandwidth or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Okay, check it. I want to clear this box out. We know that we're at our resistance. I think that this strength, this is the type of thing where we have one strong leg, so then we get a second strong leg. But that second strong leg is so strong that it's going to demand kind of its own second strong leg. Possibly this becomes one leg. Jesus fucking Christ, I can't do this, my guy. I gotta like delete half of these Chrome tabs or some shit in order to get this thing going. Possibly this ends up being one leg, and then we revisit like, I don't know, maybe this area, 40K, and then we do a third leg pump that's kind of like a 1-to-1 of this, which was from like 36.5 to like 44.5. So it's like 8K. So then we kind of like revisit 40K and then pump to 48K, and that would be like one leg here and then a second leg up. But I think this is probably so strong that this pump has been so strong and the follow through here has been so decent that I think it's probably more likely that we just have some sort of thing like this and then we go to 48K. Like I think it should be a pretty shallowish correction. Probably not all the way down to 40K, or like sub 40K would be crazy. Sub 40K would be like shocking. If we go sub 40K, I think it feels more higher likelihood that this is the high, that the high is in, and then we just go down. Um, but that it's like pretty early to say that. I don't think that makes so much sense right now. Like this is obviously definitely a possibility, right? Like one leg up, one push up, second push up, and then strong dump. But I think that for now, anyway, we probably want to see a little bit more, just because on the higher time frames, like we saw here, like we've broken the major trend line. We've had a successful retest of that low and had a really strong bounce off of it. So like, I really think that we should be, probably moving um, upwards towards this like 52K region, and we'll see how it does there. But like, this is pretty strong. I wouldn't be super surprised to see us make a push into above 50K soon. Let's delete these drawings. See, now just by the way, this is kind of what happened here. We had strong dump, the trend line got broken. Let me see if I can do it easily. And then kind of had this, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, it's kind of hard to say that, this is what I'm trying to do, by the way. That this is the pump, and then we pump up here and then just straight dump down. But even in here, if you can see, there were two legs here. There's a first leg up, a little bit of a consolidation right here, and then another leg up. I'm sorry, I'm not zooming in more. It's just my fucking computer is just being a bitch right now. So I would think that even in this type of case, we should probably have another leg up from here, maybe to 48K, and then dump down lower. I think that would be very reasonable. I mean, at the end of the day, the major thing is still the strength of this dump, right, from new all-time high. And when we have that, we should expect two legs down. Excuse me. We're definitely expecting two legs down because we put in the higher high. So we don't consider this as the first leg down. Instead, we consider this as certainly the second leg up, comprising of itself two legs, which is not so strong. That's corrective. That's trading range activity. That's not impulsive major trend activity. So I think it does make a lot of sense that we're going to have a second leg down here, that we should, after this correction, whatever this correction is, that we should have a second leg down to 30K, possibly even 20s. That being said, of course, we're still possibly in this major channel. And if this holds now, if this region holds, there's a lot more credence of, yeah, we're going to go for 70K, maybe even 80K. But why are we still talking about this? I don't give a shit about the daily. Why are we still talking about this shit? I don't actually understand. This is a waste of fucking time. It's because my goddamn computer isn't working. And I can't fucking understand my thought process because I'm thinking way fucking faster than this stupid bitch-ass Windows 95 fucking AOL connection shit is working. Check it. 1 push-up, 2 push-up, 3 push-up, we thought yesterday, right? This was the thinking that could possibly lead us to have a dump. It didn't make as much sense, right? Because we thought that probably we should get a third push up. But this did break the trend line. So once we broke the trend line, we're looking for another push back up to this region. Maybe it breaks above this 44, mid 44s region. Maybe we get a new high. Maybe we don't. But then that should probably be the third push up. And then probably going to start looking for a dump cycle shortly thereafter, right? So spike, channel. The channel begins here at 42.8, and that would be a horizontal level too, which would make this a horizontal channel as well, which could definitely can be. So I think we're probably looking for that. As soon as bears kind of step in here, we're probably looking for that. And until then, we're probably looking at this as another push up, maybe just the first part of another push, of an actual third push up slash maybe these aren't the relevant 3 pushes, and this is just going to continue to channel out for maybe another day or two before we start. If it channels out for another day or two, I would expect kind of a BART. I think then I would expect us to BART kind of back into maybe low 40s, 41, maybe the mid 40K region. But right now, if we were to just dump from here, I would probably expect us to pick up the pieces in these 42 regions and then probably take a shot at 45K, at 45 or 46K. And then from there, then maybe actually come back into this 40K region. So it's actually interesting because I do feel like on a macro time, like I do feel like it's probably most likely based on the macro structure that we should have a shallow retracement and then a pump to like 47, 48K. But then on the lower time frames, just based on the things that we're seeing, I feel like it's probably maybe a little bit.